Welcome back, Fate of the Game viewers, to another edition of The Rundown with your host, Dalton Miller. Tonight we're going to check out Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon. It's a DLC that came out about a month ago, and it does not require you to have the original Far Cry 3 to play it. It is standalone. It came out for PC, Xbox 360, and PS3. Now this game is a first-person shooter, much like its namesake, Far Cry 3. But there is a whitewash of 80s nostalgia all over this game, from lasers to thumping electro synth music to the dialogue. They even have Michael Biehn as the main actor. So we're going to take a look at it now. Enjoy. So we're going to take a look at some of the side missions, namely hostage rescue. There are other ones also. There's like hunt down a certain animal or hunt down a certain cyborg guy. Right. This one is to go grab a scientist, rescue the hostage. The other thing we're going to look at eventually is the taking over of bases, which on the map you can see there are the red dots there, and I'm looking for the icon for this mission. That's right. Anyway, but you can see from the map it's a pretty big world. You got a lot to do. There's the objective. So I'm going to set a waypoint here and head out from this current area. I'm not going to show you any of the storyline missions because, I don't want to spoil anything. So we're going to run over here and check out this objective here. I found it's a lot easier to move around without vehicles in this game. That is one of the problems I have with it. You can run so fast as a cyborg, it makes vehicles almost pointless, and the vehicles just don't drive very well. You can hardly see anything out of the windshields. Let me check out these guys. What I'm doing right now is using my laser sight eye, Terminator style here, to tag these targets. And as soon as I get these targets tagged, and I make sure I've got all of the guards that are guarding this hostage locked down, then I'm going to try to figure out the best way to go in here and take them out. They will kill the hostage if you're seen before you take them down. So figure out the best way to sneak around here. Forgive me if I clear my voice or cough. I've been a little sick this weekend. I'll try my best to mute the mic when that happens. Alright, so what they've got around that is a mega shield. You can shoot through it and they can shoot out of it. It just keeps out wildlife from what I've seen. You can run right through it as well without worrying about it. So you got a myriad of weapons here to choose from. I'm going to stick with a bow. It's the best for infiltrating somewhere silently. I think I've got most of these guys. But you want to be sure you don't want to screw up and get this guy killed. Ah, there's one I didn't see. Got it. So creep on around, make sure there's not one on the other side. See, the graphics and the aesthetic in this game is amazing. They really outdid themselves, and this was apparently done in 6 months' time to put this game together. I hope Ubisoft in the future seen this as a success enough that they will do other things with their game engines like this, side stories, or even just take it down some weird road like this weird version of 1980s nostalgia in the future, which is amazing again. The music's all done by this electro group called Power Glove. They're really excellent. You can buy the album if you enjoy the soundtrack. They've got a couple of other albums out there, and I think 2 EPs as well. Pretty good. You can check them out on SoundCloud if you're interested. Oh, we got that guy. Go ahead and take him down. Get back up here behind these guys on this hilltop. So I imagine that hostage is right there in that little cave. So if I can get between him and them, I can just drop in and attack them as soon as I weaken them enough. I'm sneaking right now, but you can move pretty fast when you're sneaking. They blow that truck up. Look around here. Got him. Alright. I believe they know I'm here. Break out my laser rifle and take these dudes down. The shooting in this game is not the greatest, and that is kind of a sad thing, because everything else about it is really, really great. And I didn't play the original Far Cry 3. I played Far Cry 2 and Far Cry 1, and Far Cry 2 I really liked, but again, something that has plagued this franchise, I think, its entire existence, is its shooting is just not all that great. And I've messed with the settings multiple times. If you check out my written review on the site, you'll see what I'm talking about. I and tweaked as many things as I could. Tried it with mouse and keyboard and with the 360 gamepad. And there's just something about the controls that just don't feel right to me. I don't know. It allow me to not be as accurate as I want to be. That I have no problem being in a lot of other games. Even check the frame rate if you're thinking that may be the problem. And right now we're running this at 60, so. Alright, I'm gonna loot all these guys and got their money and hearts. I'm gonna save Dr. Jordy LaForge here. Alright. So I'm going to show you this next part of the game. This is taking out a hostile base and taking it over for yourself. When you take over a base, you're able to shop in a store there, and of course you get side missions. There's usually one per base, sometimes two. And you can kind of do it however you want. If you want to do stealth, you can. If you want to go in gun blazes, you can. So I'm going to take a look at this place and see what I think is the best option. I kind of always play these games similarly as I did in the last section of this rundown, where I snuck in and took those guys down quietly at first to lead into a firefight. And that's just kind of my style. I never like to be all the way quiet. I do like to let it loose. These guys put all this hard labor into making this game, make stuff look pretty when you blow it up. So it'd be a shame to not do that. Pull out my trusty neon bow. Yeah, check out the weapon descriptions in this game if you get a chance. They're actually pretty funny. Some of the stuff, the jokes, the lightheartedness, some of it's hit or miss, really. And it's kind of always the way it is with that kind of stuff, honestly. People that remember the 1980s like I do, grew up in it. All those movies, those one-liners that are classic, you know, there's just as many of those one-liners in those same films that were just like, oh gosh, really? So everything like that's hit or miss. Alright, I'm going to go up this ladder here. Alright, what's this tiger that came out of nowhere and is killing everybody? You can use blood dragons to help you infiltrate bases as well. Still haven't seen me yet. You have to basically find a blood dragon and lure it all the way to the base, though. You can't just get one to come there instantly. You can throw out the cyborg hearts you can see on my HUD there next to my mini map that have 99 of them. You get them from looting enemies. You'll have so many you'll never need them all. The takedowns are probably my favorite part of this game. They work really well. You can do it from far away. You can do it to multiple guys. You can jump down on top of guys as well. That is one thing they really did well about this game. I really wish that Far Cry 3, and I'm sure some people will get immediately pissed off when I say this, but I feel like this game is not the best served as a first-person shooter. Of course, I like to shoot the bow and like to shoot the sniper rifle in first person, of course, but for an open world game like this, especially one like I don't know because I haven't played the vanilla Far Cry 3. If of course I'm trying to get a blood dragon to come up here. Like I said, unless you lure one here from a ways off, I don't think they'll come. But we'll try to get it to happen. I can show you guys what that looks like. I don't think it's gonna happen. Some more guys just drove up and got dropped off. Anyway, back to my monologue that's probably going to piss some people off. I really think this game would be better as a third-person shooter, or at least a variable of the two, something like Skyrim, where you can come in and out. There's so much emphasis based on the takedowns, and they're great and they work really well in first person. I can't help but think they would be better in third. As far and also the gunplay, I think the way the gunplay is in Far Cry, I think it would be better as a third-person game. And that's just my opinion. I'm not a game developer, but if I had the choice. So all right, map these guys out here. Let's see if I can take one of them down real quiet. Bow's pretty cool. It's kind of hard to use. You get used to it though. At this point, I'm pretty confident that I can hit just about anything from anywhere, but there we go, I got that guy. I still haven't discovered him yet. Take that one down too. You level up so fast in this game. I would show you the level up stuff, but it's kind of you don't really get to choose anything. It's just a set amount of perks that every time you gain a level, you get something, and it pops it up when you do. By I'd say 3/4 of the game, you'll be the top level, if not sooner than that, if you do all the side missions. All right. I guess that guy's going to pull the alarm. Let's break out a real gun here. This is the sniper rifle. I've got the explosive shell upgrades. You can buy your upgrades from stores inside of these outposts after you've taken them.
He went out with a bang.
Grab this. Yeah, it's just stuff like that, the sense of awareness. I think they try to make this such an interactive game. It's just hard to do to know where your guy is in first person, I feel like, or the game doesn't pick up on it as well as it should. Alright, I got the old chain gun here. This thing is death incarnate. Oh, that wasn't good. Let's kill myself. You just hold Y to heal, and once you've leveled up, you can heal yourself a certain number of your health down there, as you can see under my radar. That's the store. I could buy some health packs real quick, but it's like I can do without them. Heavy down there, I'm gonna let him up first. You definitely don't want them to get up close to you. Oh. Now, when they set the alarm off, reinforcements usually come out of the woodwork, at least for a certain time. I feel like maybe that game mechanic is based on once you've killed all the original guards that they stopped coming, perhaps. Oof. Let's pull it out. I heal myself a little bit more. Alright. Well, let's finish these guys off. Yeah, it's just something about the intensity of the movements between aiming and not aim, and between the fine aim and just your open aim. that may be what it is that irks me about the shooting. There's no way to adjust those independently, or that I found to adjust the fine aim sensitivity at all. There we go. Last one. Well, my fellow cyborgs, there you have it. That was Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon. Really cool game. It's oozing with 80s nostalgia. And the gameplay is really fun. It's $15. Comes about 12 hours, I think, for me to do everything in the game. There's a written review on our site. Be sure to check that out if you want more details about what I thought about it. But check it out yourself. I'm just here to show you what I think is cool, and you can decide on your own. So, stay tuned until next time. FateoftheGame.com. I'm Dalton Miller. Peace.